Investing in a mutual fund isn't just about picking one with the highest past returns. It's about knowing how to analyze it properly. Otherwise, you might end up with a fund that looks great today but struggles when the market turns. So, how do you separate the real performers from the ones riding a lucky wave? Hello and welcome to our channel 5-Minute Finance by ET Money, where we talk about the basics of investing and personal finance. In this video, we'll break down mutual fund analysis into 5 simple steps. No complex ratios, no confusing jargon, just clear, actionable insights. But before we begin, let me tell you that the fund names used in this video have been taken just as examples. Please don't treat them as our recommendations. Equity funds are long-term investments, typically for 7 years or more. While 3-year, 5-year and 7-year returns matter, rolling returns give a clearer picture. Why? Traditional 5-year returns, trailing returns depend on fixed dates, which can distort performance, looking bad if market recently crashed or overly good if they just recovered. Rolling returns, on the other hand, analyze multiple overlapping periods, like every 5-year period in the last decade, instead of just one fixed time frame. This gives a more consistent and unbiased picture of how the fund performs across different market conditions. It removes bias of specific start and end dates and shows consistency over time, not just one lucky or unlucky period. Let's understand with an example. So on your screen are the rolling returns of Parag Parikh Flexi Cap Fund. The 5-year rolling returns means the average of returns of all the 5-year periods that can be there in the 10 years considered. Same goes for 7-year rolling returns. Parag Parikh's 5-year returns came at 18.83% and 7-year rolling returns are 18.91%. Now compare them to the FlexiCap category and the broader markets or its benchmark BSE 500. We can see that over the long term across different market cycles, Parag Parikh FlexiCap Fund has immensely outperformed the category and the market. Now this data is not biased by current market cycle and shows us how consistent the fund's performance has been. You can also use rolling returns to compare different funds in the category. You can also check the fund's minimum and maximum returns over all the 5-year periods in the 10-year period considered. This can help you get some understanding of volatility of the fund as well. And this takes us to the next point, volatility. Now, volatility shows how much a fund's returns fluctuate. High volatility can mean big gains but also big losses, making it risky. If you prefer stable growth, a lower volatility fund helps avoid shocks. One way to check volatility is standard deviation. Higher means more ups and downs. Lower means stability. If that sounds technical, just look at annual or quarterly returns over a long term, say past 10 years. This gives a clear idea of how consistent or unpredictable the fund's performance has been. So on your screen are the annual returns of Parag Parikh Flexi Cap Fund. The returns look volatile undoubtedly, but this could be due to the usual market performance, market cycle. So now let's compare it with annual returns of other big funds as well. Now it becomes quite clear that Parag Parikh Flexi Cap Fund and HDFC Flexi Cap Fund are more volatile vis-a-vis Kotak and SBI Flexi Cap funds. While Parag Parikh Flexi Cap Fund seems to have delivered higher returns than other funds during the 2019-2021 phase, it bottomed worse in 2022 as compared to other 3 funds as well. Similarly, you can see how HDFC Flexi Cap Fund gave negative returns in 2015, while all other gave positive returns. In 2018 and 2020, also the fund fell more than other funds. But during periods of bull run in 2021, 2023 and 2024, HDFC Flexi Cap performed better than Kotak Flexi Cap and SBI Flexi Cap. Same way, you can look at the quarterly returns and gauge how volatile the fund is vis-a-vis other similar funds. Alpha shows if a mutual fund made more or less money than expected. A positive alpha means extra returns, while a negative one means underperformance. As a new investor, instead of looking at technical ratios like Jensen's alpha, simply compare the fund's returns with its category average and benchmark. If it has outperformed them, it has generated positive alpha. So look at the numbers on your screen. The numbers show 1-year, 3-year, 5-year, 10-year returns of the fund vis-a-vis the category average versus benchmark or broader markets. It is evident that the fund was successful in generating alpha for its investors in all the periods. Now, we have spoken a lot about returns on the upside. What about when the markets fall? If a 100 rupee stock falls 25% to 75 rupees, it needs a 33% gain to recover. A 75% drop requires a 300% rise. That's why limiting losses in tough markets is crucial. Now, one way to check this is downside capture ratio, but a simpler approach is comparing the fund's performance to its benchmark or the broader market. Let's see how we do it using our example of Parag Parikh FlexiCap Fund. So in the last 10 years, broader markets were in red in 12 quarters. Out of those 12 quarters, Parag Parikh FlexiCap Fund fell lesser in 9 quarters. In some quarters, as you can see, the fund remained positive even though the markets were in negative. Then in quarters like December 2016, December 2024, the fund was in red as well, but it fell significantly lower than the benchmark. So as per the numbers, we can say that the fund offers a decent downside protection in tough market conditions. So by now, I hope you would be clear about how to check for a fund's long-term performance, alpha generation, volatility and downside protection in tough markets. Finally, before you conclude your analysis, one last thing to check is where the fund is investing and whether it is diversified or not. But well, instead of getting lost in portfolio concentration ratios, a simple way to check how diversified a fund is: number 1, look at its top 10 holdings. If a few stocks dominate, the fund may be risky. Number 2, check sector allocation to see if the fund is concentrated in one sector. So on your screen are the top 10 stock holdings of Parag Parikh FlexiCap Fund. It shows that the fund has invested over 8% of its portfolio in single stock HDFC Bank, 7% in Bajaj Holdings, 6% in Coal India and so on. Similarly, you can check the fund's industry allocation, 21% in banks, 10% in software and so on. Now, while the fund appears diversified, its top holdings are quite concentrated with over 8% in single stock and 21% in one industry and so on. Now, you can further compare it with other funds in the same category as well to make a sense of how diversified the fund is or how concentrated its portfolio is. And with this, we have come to the end of this video. The whole idea of this video was to help you understand as a new investor how to analyze a mutual fund without using technical data and ratios. I hope this helps. Do like and share this video with your friends. Drop in any questions regarding analysis of a mutual fund in the comment section. Happy investing.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.